And welcome in to week 4 now of the Utah Top 50.
Week 4 or 5?
Week 4 or 5.
It might be 5.
It's been one of those weeks. I
think it's 5.
Miss and that ball tipped up and in by. I think it's 5. And we got the Amigos versus the Americans. Starting here, Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart of KSL Sports Rewind with you. And we say that because it just kind of flies by. We do this in the middle of our football coverage, which is so much fun for us to get into this. As Isaac Garrett goes base, and Garrett with the flush. And we're tied at 2.
Yeah, I love the drive there by Garrett. We've talked about he's become much more assertive in the top 50 this year, but his wingman's on the bench right now. Jagger not getting the start today.
So I didn't know. We had some late guys that showed up a little later. It's you hit that week and we get that one figured out. As that ball sent back up top, little fall away is there, and it's 4-2 as Preston the intern, he's on the struggle bus.
He had a rough weekend. He's still kind of coming off of it a little bit.
He's just been complaining all pregame.
Off to a nice start tonight, though. So hope that will pick up his mood.
He's very bipolar when it comes to he just lives in the moment. As we inbound, and it's the 3 for Ace Reiser.
Yeah, you can't leave Reiser open. He gets a lot of credit for his ball movement and vision, but this young man can stroke it, and he dials that one up from the corner.
So back on the other end is the Americans. That ball off the hands, and we will go back down the floor with the Amigos.
We heard the some voice over the PA say disconnect. Looked a little disconnected there. That pass couldn't be corralled, and look, the Amigos been really strong in the top 50, and they get a shot here to try to expand their lead.
Can certainly happen in first halves. Is Isaac Garrett down low, and Garrett now with 4 points for the PG Viking.
Yeah, and Isaac Garrett that time going up against Lyman Simmons, the RSL Academy Griffin,
yeah.
And love the aggressiveness there by Garrett, who just had to deal with it in the block there defensively.
The Griffin, not to be mixed up with the Liger, is that one is short, and it's Jackson Workman with a rebound. That ball goes out of bounds off the Americans, and it is. And it'll be Amigos basketball.
All right, here's the deal. With the next new high school in Utah, they'd better be the Ligers. If they're not, we got a real problem.
That's Burley, Idaho, man. As Allen will run, Allen lays that one up in. Yeah. I agree with you.
Wouldn't that be
surprised
awesome?
That hasn't happened already.
Right?
Yeah. I'm actually a little more surprised. My daughter will get mad, but she's not listening. That there was a Harry Potter reference of the Gryffindor or something like that.
It's also on Napoleon Dynamite.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah.
That's his favorite animal, the liger.
Yeah. I mean, imagine a high school with ligers as the mascot that serves tots. Sign me up.
But you know what's true is Ace Reiser's shot. That's his second 3. No lagging in that one.
Hey, Ace, got any more of that gum?
It's a personal.
2 for 2.
Yeah. Oh, man. He is. I mean, you want to know about the attention Ace Reiser's going to get. There it is. He's going to get a lot of attention this year on KSL Sports Rewind.
He got a lot of attention last year. Bingham was my pick in 6A.
It's true.
We talked a lot about Ace Reiser.
So 12-4 start here for the Amigos as Garrett calls the shot, and it just comes off the rim there for Hinckley. As Garrett is walking up the floor with the no punches
good.
When you put the circle above your head. It has to be below the waist. As Hinckley with the run out off the loose ball. 16 minutes left here in the first half as our unofficial clock's now synced up as Ace Reiser now with 8 points in the early going.
Love the recognition there by Ace, the hard closeout on the pump fake. And again, because he's hit a pair of those, it allows that driving lane to essentially be uncontested.
And then the long-range shot knocked down by Peter Broadbent. And a welcome sign there for the Americans.
And he's got to be in the top 3 in terms of players that have really popped in the top 50s. He's got the steal here.
So, nice find inside. And Allen now with 4 points. And the Cedar Valley Aviator.
He's
2 buckets.
He's a second of the 3 in my mind, Jax Allen, that has really had a fantastic showcase.
Really? I mean, he really has. I mean, thinking him when you go to Giorgio Galesis, I thought he's been really, really good too. Is that ball off the hands of Lyman, and it'll be Amigos basketball as we dip inside the 15-minute mark is.
Yeah.
Preston is just really on the. He was pushing the wrong button, trying to show him here.
Man.
You see a series of moves, and there's Franklin.
Yeah. Look, we talked about Jagger last week, and I would say week 4 didn't have his customary impact last week. You know what I loved? I went down on the floor after the night was over and was talking with some of the people down on the floor. Jagger was still here putting up shots.
Yeah.
He was still here when I left, and I think there were 3 people left in the building when I left, and he was still here taking extra shots. I love that kind of dedication, right? And putting the time in, putting the work in, trying to get better.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved that. Wanted to share that.
I love guys that even in a showcase setting, it's like, hey, I didn't have my best night tonight, and they're going to go put some work in. As Brock Mendez with the offensive board off the missed free throw, as Broadbent left that a little too strong. Franklin with the rebound, now on the run. Send to the angle, the 3 off the front of the iron, tipped around, and tracked down by Mendoza. Is Jackson Smith not hitting that 3? A little surprising. And they'll fall away there for Hansen. Or pardon me, that was Charlie Smith.
They look alike. I thought the same thing
and
at
the
first.
4s, yeah, 43, 44. Back on the other end, Smith hanging on a pivot, sends out to Workman. Jackson goes right back out. Smith for 3. Got it.
You know, we talk about a player, an ace riser who shares the basketball, has great vision. Jackson Workman is along that same kind of player, very unselfish. He can hit the shot when he needs to, but, man, he's always looking for his teammates. Such a good facilitator. Didn't
get the 3. I love that Jackson Smith says, okay, I'll come inside the arc. Just find a rhythm. You know, you don't need to throw the 9 route all the time. Get yourself something in rhythm. As Smith, you saw Smith hit the little fall away on the baseline. Now back to back from the angle.
How about the scoring picking up? This was a double-digit game. Americans have it down to 6 here.
Hinckley on the baseline, swatted away by Mendoza.
Right now, Hinckley said, Mendoza!
Jackson Workman for 3.
Bang, bang. Here come the Americans,
wow,
huh?
3 threes and the block from Mendoza and a timeout taken. With the clock still rolling. So 12:15 still going. I think it was just a little substitution timeout. We're a little loosey-goosey with the clocking here. Come right back, and it's Frankham with the lefty. And the son of a CEU Golden Eagle lays that one up and in.
He's just so smooth in the block.
I still love even with a little shoulder shimmy shake with someone down low with him. As Apeth Jang couldn't get his shot, sends it back up top with Mackay Martin. Good to see Mackay back out. Mackay gets a little space with the John Wall shiver, and then he gives a little John Wall shake on the back down the floor.
Yeah, Smith was there defensively. Really did a nice job on that driving lane, but Mackay able to separate himself just enough to get it away.
I don't know if I go with John Wall, if that's a relevant term anymore. I know he did the Dougie the other night, but, I mean, good grief, he was at Duke doing that. Oh, sorry, Kentucky.
Kentucky, yeah.
Mackay Martin fall away.
How about Mackay? He's had back-to-back contested shots, and 49 has drilled both of them.
And I think our guys are mixed up on the – we're going to match what's going up on the board. They've got it 22-21. We'll match inside.
Only so much you can do, right?
Yeah. So, got that adjusted. 22-21 as will fall away from Reiser. And Ace now with 10 points.
Boy, and even with Simmons coming over to help him out, Ace just able to get that shot over him. Nice job there.
Mackay Martin comes off the screen from Simmons. Excited to see Lyman Simmons and what he does growing under Dave Evans' tutelage.
If only Dave had a resume where he put guys at the next level, huh?
Right.
I feel a lot more comfortable
at a
about it.
high-end next level. I mean, I'd love for that to happen.
We love you, Dave. I'm just kidding.
Dave knows.
Yeah, all right, good.
He knows.
Good.
I'll tell you what he'll learn to do is he'll learn to play much faster. Is timeout on the floor, and we'll be right back here watching the Utah Top 50 on KSLSports.com. Welcome back inside the Utah Top 50. Dusty Lidster and Dane Stewart. I want to thank Athletic Republic for their support of the Utah Top 50. At any age, at any level, basketball is physically demanding sport. By focusing on acceleration, agility, and power, we can give players in every position the tools to be more successful on game day. So, if you hadn't heard, actually, we got a little extended time out here. We'll go a little one more. How about this? Agility and stability. Balance, coordination, and stability are essential for nearly every movement, with or without the ball. Dynamic stability means maintaining body control at all directions and stability under all situations, even at full speed. Our proven progression utilizing plyometric drills, the multi-hip machine, and core technology improves dynamic stability. Okay, I want to thank Athletic Republic for their support.
By the way, we'll thank Odyssey Protein Bars as well. I'm an Odyssey customer. Absolutely love them. You tried them.
I did. I was
taste
very
real,
impressed.
Right? It's not like a chalky, nasty protein bar. It's like
and when
legit.
we say real, like real chocolate, it wasn't chalky, it wasn't gross. Like it wasn't your cocoa that it could be super, super dark.
One day I pulled it out of my warm car, and it was gooey because there's like real chocolate in it. So anyway, Odyssey Protein Bars, there you go. Free.
Support those who support all this. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we go inside at 10 minutes. Jackson Workman works along the baseline. Maybe a little too unselfish there from Jackson. He had an easy two. Gives that one up, and Mendoza tied up.
Yeah, I love Hinckley coming down there on the crash to get that tie up.
So here comes Ace Reiser. We mentioned Ace already with 10 points. I mean, what you would say the first half, if we're going to break this up in quarters by 10 minutes.
Well, on pace for 40 tonight.
Reiser, he gives a little ball thing. He's going to pass it and goes up in the same motion, buries the three. Sorry. You had to catch a little moment there. I saw it, Ace. That was smooth. Makai Martin off on the three, and the rebound taken by the Amigos. And transitional pull up and hit. And for the Amigos, that is number 36, Nash Schroeder. Papa Schroeder in the building.
What do you call that shot? It's not a three. It's not a layup. I don't even know.
I think
it's like I never see that.
I think my grandparents call it the mid-range.
Mid-range.
Apathy, yeah. That's the dream shake. Called properly.
Look,
well done.
If this were the G League, which it no longer is, but if it were, that would fly. But it's not anymore. In fact, did you see the announcement? Maverick Center, the new home of the Utah Stars.
But they're going to learn how to shoot.
They're also going to have cold feet.
Hey, after the NHL was here last week, I think everyone's going to have a little cold feet.
I caught that. Yeah.
Dane and I, one of the first times we shot together was on that floor. It's a nice job reversing scoring there at Mendoza for the Americans. The depth perception you learned to shoot at the East Center.
Back in the Peter T days.
Yes. Remember, was it Lee? Sean Lee? Or it was a Lee from
Austin
West.
Lee.
Austin Lee was a football player at Alta, but it was a Lee kid from West that led the state in threes.
Yeah, I don't remember that. But that's okay. I do have a DVD of West from a game we called. So.
I've been that team, I imagine. That shot didn't go.
For you youngsters, a DVD is kind of like a CD. It's this old archaic.
Your name in both archaic stuff is Garrett now with his second dunk in the first half. And, derived from the cassette. You remember cassettes.
Oh, man.
And I say that thing, and they'd be like, what does derived mean? But, no. It's all a little older.
It's crazy, huh?
But, Coach Schroeder's in the building. The coach of Utah Tech.
Did he come say hi to you?
He did not. I was a little focused pregame, as Dane knows.
You're focused mid-game, too.
A certain silver and black team are playing right now for our season as Garrett gets that one to go.
I mean, is that the Amigos or the Americans, Dusty? Because, we kind of got the...
That's why I did that.
Yeah.
Because I'm cheering for everybody tonight.
Yeah.
Except for a red and gold team. So 13-point lead for the Amigos. And a little whistle on Schroeder. In the words of Meatloaf, you can't do that. As Workman inbounds into Martin. Good ball movement. Send out for three. Smith, his third three.
Oh, how about Reiser going a little football?
Hey, whoop, whoop. Get it down the floor. As Mackay off the bump sends out Smith. Couldn't get number 4. Garrett.
Oh, look at that save. No look.
So much stuff about Isaac Garrett is so different than what we saw a year ago. Is that shot would not drop there for Schroeder.
All he needed was through the legs, and that'd be Gary Payton-esque.
Right. I've been super impressed with Isaac Garrett here in the fall.
Yeah. He does look like a much different player.
Like his athleticism kind of like unlocked. Playing a much different way. Shot won't fall, and Garrett gets the rebound. I mean, I don't think Coach Max will let him do this all that often.
No.
He goes right into Mackay Martin. So a foul on the drive. Remind you, 2 weeks from now, next week is the boys get a bye week. We'll have the girls' top 50. Right? Or is it next week?
It's next.
Next week.
Yep.
Ooh, girls go on Monday, and then we go
Tuesday.
To the big house on Tuesday.
Yes, we do.
At Vivint Arena for the championship night at the Utah Top 50.
It'll be the best basketball that arena sees all year.
Hey-o. I'm about saying that. As Mackay Martin knocks down the 3. I mean, there's a partnership of brewing there.
I'm just teasing.
I mean, they could bring us Mocklet. I say it tastes great.
Mocklet?
Mocklet. Friends.
I don't know.
Okay, we'll show.
All right.
As Allen hanging on a pivot, there's moms all over the feed saying, they know. They know. As that one doesn't go, it'll be inbound on the baseline. So we'll continue to match what's on the scoreboard here inside. 38-29. Inbound into Schroeder. Float it. No. Rebound to Allen. And Allen now was unofficially with 6 points.
Continues his good start. Love the diversity in scoring we've seen from the Amigos. Obviously, Ace Reiser's been big, but Jagger's had a few points. Smith's gotten it going. Allen as well. A lot of depth offensively on display tonight for Anaheim.
Mackay Martin proves just because you're stumbling doesn't mean you're traveling. Able to get that one away. There's Schroeder cut off by Simmons. Sure, he was used to that from a year ago, both from down at St. George. As Allen comes off the screen, right to the rim. Nice job of being patient.
I kind of set that up with a little hesitation. Jagger outside forces Simmons to really be hesitant on the recovery.
And then with the defense on the other end, Allen. Oh, pirouette to the rim and the finish.
How about the Aviator flying these last couple possessions for the Amigos?
You think he's wearing the baby blue and gold just around the mountain, the way he was handling that one. And Workman off on the 3, and Frankham pulls down the board, and here comes Hinckley and crew. Frankham on the trail, 3 wouldn't fall. Broadbent goes into Simmons. Nice hands there by Frankham. Able to poke it away. Now big man leading the break.
Look at this.
Nice find. Allen, that's always a good decision.
How about the big man showing his craftiness, little ball handling, and the vision to get it underneath for the finish.
If we were doing a little shot chart on Allen, I mean, it'd be all green inside the halo area.
Yeah.
Broadbent, 4-3.
Man, confident. Big run by the Amigos, and Peter Broadbent able to just step right into it, drill it.
This Jackson Smith going to pull up, and it lips out, and it's taken down by Simmons. Here comes Mekhi Martin. Jackson Workman, cross court, Broadbent, chased off by Hinckley.
Good recovery there by Matani.
Mm-hmm. Martin going one-on-one with Smith, sends to the corner. Broadbent again. Moved without the ball, couldn't get the three to go. Rebound to Allen.
Good idea there. You're using Simmons off that high screen, kind of drift behind it. Just missed it.
Smith can't get that one to drop, and it's Workman pulling down the rebound. Nice ball movement, and Mekhi Martin finishes with the three.
Boy, I thought Broadbent had the opportunity there. Loved the cut without the basketball. Thought he had a shot at the rim, but sends out for the three. It's a new day, Dusty, and the Americans able to hit it.
And Mekhi Martin come off the floor after hitting the three, and it was one of those ones like, finally. I didn't think he's actually shot that bad. I mean, you can tell as he hit, he's like...
Well, because even last week, right, there were a couple that he missed, and you kind of see the body language like, is one going to fall? And that one did. Good-looking shot.
Frankham sticks with it. Can he get the stat stuffer? No. Still loose. 3 offensive rebounds to Frankham.
I wanted that shot to go in just so he'd get like 3 offensive rebounds and an assist.
There's somewhere Rufus Sprague throwback.
He'd be player of the game.
Absolutely. And talk about the shoes, too. Shot on the way from Smith. No. Frankham with the rebound. Here comes Jackson Smith. Jackson in the lane. Turns it over.
Jagger's kicks do match. So, you know, it's a nice ensemble.
Atheth Jang. Nice drive and finish.
Well, he really sets that up so well. You've got Brock Mendoza in the paint. Jagger, really tough for him to defend 2 guys. Speaking of.
And Jackson Workman, as the defense kind of fell asleep.
It's been our highest scoring half of the top 50 this year.
Lots of threes and some easy twos. As we're at 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Broadbent can't get it to goal. Now do it for the first half. As it is the Amigos 48, the Americans 37. You're watching the Utah Top 50 on KSLSports.com.
Benefits. I love that sound. And now My Style Checking has new features like mobile phone protection, 24/7 telehealth, and my favorite, restaurant discounts. Get the only checking account you truly need and see what's new with My Style at macu.com.
Back in, start of the second half here. Game 1 of 3 is our wont to do on Monday nights. Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart with you. The Amigos came out, well, both teams shot the ball really well, but the Amigos a little more consistent with their shots falling, Dane.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they came out a couple early threes by Reiser. We've seen a couple of others have gotten in on the 3-ball fun. Jax Allen has been a beast in the paint today. Jagger's been strong in the post as well. You talk about Isaac Garrett, the burst he's come out with. I mean, it's been really a unified effort by the Amigos. And, look, the Americans did a nice job just staying with them. But they're going to have to find some stops if they want to get back in this one.
Franken with the board off the missed three from Reiser. And it's Mendoza coming away with it after the contested shot at the rim. Apeth-Jang gets by Frankham, can't finish. And it's Garrett claiming the rebound. Nice take by Smith. And a beautiful finish.
I think Jackson Smith gets a lot of credit for running fast breaks and for hitting pull-up J's, right? But that time you see him kind of using his speed, athleticism, delay to help create that driving lane. Well, the showing there.
Send that one to the angle. That is Workman. Tries to drop it in. It's Frankham getting around Mendoza. Doesn't happen a whole lot with that big-bodied 85.
He really does a nice job of keeping that arm out in front, able to deny the entry.
Smith misses on the three. Rebound and run out to Allen. Got Reiser on the trail. Oh, just understood where he was. Reiser did not go to the UCLA fast break spot as Workman cannot hit the transition three to make it hurt. Frankham straight away, back of the rim, and the rebound to Broadbent.
Man, he's taken a lot of I don't want to say a lot. He's taken several threes. I think they've all been just like that, where it's like they're so close. It looks good.
Online, just not dropping.
Yeah.
And the three from Reiser, no, as the buckle is getting beat up right now.
Yeah, cooling off on that, what is that, west end?
So here's Apeth-Jang going after Smith, sends to the corner, three on the way, and Smith can't get down to drop his. Maybe we go back to getting back on the rims around the first half.
I was going to say the three-point shooting was really good in the first half, and right now there's a lid on it.
And if Garrett's not going to get that one to go, I really believe in it. Oh, Frankham with the block. Smith going to challenge the big fella, and he draws the foul. So Mekhi Martin's going to come on for the shooter. Lyman Simmons in the Green Goblin shoes.
First free throw of the night. Those have to be Snow Canyon issued, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's got Doug Meacham written all over it.
Yeah, it does.
One of my favorite texts I've sent. We did so many games with Doug Meacham. When he won that state championship, I was one of my favorite things to send him. How's it feel to wake up a state champion? It's a good moment. As Smith misses on the drive.
A little lefty there. Betrayed. We've gone, 2.5 minutes or so without points?
And Apeth-Jang was maybe the most difficult of all the shots. The step back, he was still on his toes, trying to get all together and able to hit it. Oh, nice blow by and one.
Man, that hesitation, you just set up Smith to be aggressive on that closeout, and really hard to peel off and not commit that foul. And that's all set up by the drive there. Well done by Jax.
Yeah. So a 13-point lead for the Amigos, and the Americans maybe see if they continue to find things. Mekhi Martin will go straight away with the three, and he's still not feeling like he's got his shot down. He knew as soon as it went.
That's okay. Russ does that too. It's all right.
Yeah. He just keep swinging.
Yeah.
So he's Reiser. Skip past the corner. It's Hinckley. Off on the three, and the rebound taken by Workman. Saw a publication with a way too early poll. Had Murray number 2 in 5A. Coach Workman put out, hey guys, you got a target on your back now. Not going to surprise anybody.
Yeah.
Had him ahead of Woods Cross. As Smith going to fall away and knock that down.
Yeah, that's interesting. Who'd they have number 1? Olympus?
I was hoping you looked at it too. Then you look at number 1. I'm imagining it was Olympus.
Oh, okay.
I didn't look at it to double check that. But the only other team I think that you would see sneaking there, I mean, it's a publication that I trust for the most part. We sometimes get claimed that it's us and some of the stuff they put up, but it's not. I don't know if they're waiting to release number 1, but the thing I saw only had 2 and 3.
Okay, then.
Apaching knocks that down.
It's what's going to make 5A really fun this year, because you talk about the only other team. There's a couple. I mean, I think Olympus is going to be really good. Obviously, they're going to miss Wistersill, right? That's a big gap.
Literally.
I think Alta is going to be really strong. They were
Alta's
strong last
really
year.
Good.
But you add in Ace Riser, that's going to be a gritty group. And I think, look, Springville, they return some guys. I mean, and Coach Snell, he's always got a gritty bunch.
And you're missing 2 more teams. Timpview, year 2 under...
They'll return James Rust.
We're returning Rust. Year 2 under Izzy. And then you got year 3 of Quincy Lewis at Lehigh. And Ruffner and Lewis and look, so many dudes.
I know Lehigh's probably going to be like, no. Maybe take your lump year last year, right? So many times where you saw like Cooper Lewis, right, where it's like he's a little undersized, and yet he would still score 15, 18, 20. That was kind of a building year, right? Yep. And so what steps can they take this year? I feel like 5A is going to be an absolute blast. Maybe the deepest we've seen that classification in a long time.
Well, as Makai Martin on the drive-in, blocked by Garrett. Rebound to Simmons as he puts that one up and in for the Americans. I think that 6A is the same way, though. It's almost like the football season. There's not a clear-cut runaway team that's just going to go, at least obviously, go kill everybody.
Yeah, and for me, I feel like 6A has really good individual talent on the rosters, whereas 5A, it's like you got 2 and 3 guy teams, right? Like the construct of the team is very different. I agree where I think it's going to be a wide-open classification. I mean, you think of like Cypress, you've got 3 guys there that people are aware of. But you think of corner, and it's like, well, you got Kozlowski. And I know there's other guys there too, right? But he's kind of the name with it. You think of PG, Isaac Garrett, right? Like there's a lot of kind of single names as opposed to 3 deep. But we'll see, obviously. There's right around the corner.
Yeah, just a few weeks away. But timeout on the floor. We'll be right back. You're watching Utah Top 50.
Hi, I'm Lizzie from the Food Nanny. I recently got a My Style checking account. It's a perfect blend of rewards and convenient benefits. I love that sound. And now My Style checking has new features like mobile phone protection, 24/7 telehealth, and my favorite, restaurant discounts. Get the only checking account you truly need and see what's new with My Style at macu.com.
So out of the timeout, Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart with you here. Second half, Utah Top 50. Game 1 of 3 tonight. Smith, that was beautifully set up on the give and go. Just couldn't quite complete it. Inside to Frankham. Lefty won't drop, and the rebound taken by Workman. Simmons sends out Broadbent. Now Workman. Jackson. I don't know if I've seen him miss this many shots in a row.
Hinckley can't remember the last time either.
And Hinckley with the great move, and again, has been the phrase tonight is great move, can't finish it. And then the easy 2 there for Reiser. And that one is short. Nice. Well, thought it was initially a nice look, but a great steal, even better.
Yeah, Smith kind of slips in there unseen. He could be a Milford man, unseen, unheard, just pilfers that away.
That was very good.
Yeah.
Speaking of your Milford man, got a big one this week.
Have we talked about that reference?
The
Milford
show.
man?
Yeah.
But do you know where that comes from? I can't tell because you're very distracted right now.
Sorry. Yeah, we've got some life stuff happening, but we're okay.
Arrested Development.
Yeah, Arrested Development. I knew that.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I thought that's what I said, Arrested Development. Did I say anything?
I just heard you say the show. I was like, well, our show or what show? Or MLB? Like we're talking baseball all of a sudden? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
As Mekhi Martin hands off the Broadbent on the handoff. And now Smith back out Broadbent. Workman. Now Broadbent mishandled the pass taken by Reiser. Oh, nice pass. Schroeder, extra one to Hinckley, who lays it in.
Yeah, nice unselfish play there. Could have gone up, looked for contact. I think there would have been some. There you go. Mekhi
Martin. And then it always feels good when it goes down. You always get a much better reaction when it goes down. Then you just got to speak positive of yourself. Like, all right, I'm going now. As come back as Frankham puts that one in, and we're at our media timeout. As we'll be right back here watching the Utah Top 50 on KSLSports.com.
Hi, I'm Lizzie from the Food Nanny. I recently got a My Style checking account. It's the perfect blend of rewards and convenient benefits. I love that sound. And now My Style checking has new features like mobile phone protection, 24/7 telehealth, and my favorite, restaurant discounts. Get the only checking account you truly need and see what's new with My Style at macu.com.
So welcome back, Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart. After the media timeout, remember, it's our first game of 3. So we do 3 games every week. And next week is the Top 50 next. And then the following week, Monday night, will be Girls' Night on Monday night. And then Tuesday, championship games at Vivint. Nice big boy take there by Broadbent.
Yeah, going right up against the big man in the paint, and Broadbent able to capitalize despite contact. I'm really excited for the girls' top 50. That's been something that they were teasing last year. They wanted to be able to grow into that. This year, they didn't know if they had enough interest, but as it's gone on, they've been able to get enough interest. And so I can't wait. That's going to be absolutely fantastic as this showcase continues to grow.
Kaylee, I'll throw some names I think we should see. I think we should see Kaylee Wilson. I think we should see Nawahine. I think we should see, there's a bunch of names.
Just take Lone Peak. Bring Lone Peak.
Get the whole crew up here. Believe it's
That's one team, right? We can spread it out if we want to.
Lone Peak versus the state.
Well, that's going to be 6A this year, so
that is true.
Yeah.
Fremont, I imagine I'll have some Fremont girls. By the way, can we, while we're talking girls basketball, we've got to just give a lot of love and a shout out to Maggie Mendelson, who would be here in 2 weeks playing the top 50. The girls' side.
Instead, she decided to go play college.
Reclassified. She's starting on the volleyball team at Nebraska. And playing really, really well, too, I might add. She's had a terrific start.
You could say she's killing it.
Yeah. And blocking.
And that's no dig.
Yeah. We used to do some volleyball coverage. Yeah, Dane, right on with the puns.
Until we had a parent get all up, and then it was like,
It wasn't worth it after
That's why
that.
we say be nice.
This is where
too.
that came from, was
Yeah.
be nice.
Yeah.
As Jackson Smith misses on the 3, Mendoza with the rebound. Just remember, we love covering high school sports and putting a spotlight on kids, and it's not about Dane and I. It really isn't. As Lyman Simmons fouled on the floor before the dunk attempt. We might joke and share little things here and there, but it's, when you broadcast for 4 hours and something's happened,
Yeah.
Mekhi Martin triggers into Simmons, sends out Broadbent, going to drive right to the rim, blocked away by Garrett.
The other thing I'd say about Isaac Garrett, and tell me if I'm wrong, Dusty, I feel like Isaac Garrett has shown a more propensity to play in the paint in the showcase than what we saw last year, too. I felt like he was much kind of a wing perimeter guy last year, whereas, man, that's not what he's been here at the top 50 this year.
Hey, he's got bounce to him.
Yeah.
He's springy, as some people would say. And I think his shot looks cleaner this year. He's put in the work. I think it's obvious. I mean, the quote dodgeball, it's got to be the hair. Look at it. It's feathery and flowing.
He's going to be able to walk into most gyms and just say, I'm better than you, and I know it. He's probably the leader of his friend group, too. I mean,
definitely.
Yeah.
He's their Chachi. Send on the angle, Apith Jang. Out top, Mekhi Martin off the screen from Simmons. Free throw line, Jay is there for Martin. 67-54 as Jackson Smith off the buckle. And the rebound in the hands of Apith Jang. Oh, nice drive, and we got a foul as we dip inside the 6-minute mark. So, one shot for 2 points here for Broadbent.
Peter's going to have a new coach at Skyline this year, and tell you that's going to be a sleeper team to watch out for, and not just because of what we've seen from Broadbent and Golestis here in the top 50, but you talk about a coach is going to come in, bring some schemes, really teach kids
Tell
how
the
to play
people
the
who
game.
it is.
Well, I've got to go and do.
You don't remember?
I think I remember who it is, but I don't remember the first name.
Well, that's why I was letting you do it, because I was trying to make sure I wasn't wrong.
I think it's Gardner, former assistant,
former head coach at Juan Diego.
Yeah, and
Tim Gardner.
and that's it, Tim Gardner. I couldn't remember the first name, but yeah,
I couldn't remember the last name, and let me a bit early, so we had
the first name. I got the last name. I think he's going to be really, really good there. So
a long time up at the Hill.
Yeah,
Could be very interesting. He didn't give a press conference like Charlie Weiss did back in the day. He did not say they'd have a schematic advantage in every game they play.
but they will.
But they will.
Maybe not against Olympus, right? That would be a fun battle.
That'd be quite the gauntlet.
Maybe we'll have to see if we can go do that one, eh?
Yeah, especially at Skyline. As Apith Jang on the baseline, he was fouled on the drive. I think it's a good call. Took a little shove to the back before the pass. So in the hands now, Martin. Mekhi, not good hands there by Reiser.
How about Mekhi able to keep it, though?
Mendoza popped away from behind by Smith, and a loose ball taken by the Amigos. Allen, Purdy. That's Reiser laying that one up and in. Beautiful pass from Allen.
Well, and how about it all starts with the defense of Jackson Smith, able to get the steal and get that thing out in transition. Love the vision, and Reiser able to finish.
And Mekhi Martin on the drive and the lay-in.
That's where I feel like Mekhi, even back to his days as a freshman, has a knack to get at the rim. We've seen him take a lot of threes in the top 50, but man, use that driving ability, and I think that's going to be an aspect that he can bring to Layton with K.J. Miller and with Brock Mendoza. It's going to make them tough. We talk about a lot of 6A teams have a lot of individual talent. Layton does have a trio that they can really bring into the year.
And can they all just come together there?
Yeah, yep.
Because in their own region, you're going to have Hanson and Fremont. You're going to have there. Davis will play good team basketball. Is we'll have a +1 there for Jax Allen.
They will also have a decisive home court advantage because I love that Layton gym. I love that Layton gym.
As long as they get the I mean, not that it's wanting to come back, but the Layton band like right by our ears when we go do the games there, that'd be great.
I'll tell you this, that gym gets loud.
So it was funny. I had someone messaging or hitting us up on Twitter as I mentioned or shared that games will be at Vivint, and they said we'll play longer. It's one of the shorter courts left in the gym as well.
Layton?
Yeah, Layton, Viewmont, Cypress, Highland. As that one goes inside out. Whoa, Garrett wanted to go after a little jackknife up and in there. Isaac Garrett wasn't putting that on display a year ago.
Now we're talking, huh?
Man.
That thing got serious real fast from Isaac Garrett.
He wanted that, man. And he put on the jetpack and went.
Look, that might be good enough to make our football top 5 plays.
Right. It was really close. Hey, he might even get on You Got Mossed. As nice take and finish there by Frankham. And he gets the +1. So 84-58. That one won't go. As Garrett bumped by Mackay Martin.
I was going to say Mackay was picking up the defensive intensity there.
So inside of a minute left here in game 1. Remember, game 2 be coming right up after a short break. And as drop it inside, Frankham left a little short rebound there to Simmons. Simmons sends ahead to Martin. Inside of 30 seconds left. Mackay pulls for 3. Won't go. Rebound to Garrett, who's been all over. Reiser. Beautifully done. Kiss it off the window.
He scored at every level tonight.
His final seconds will trickle down. We'll have Dane's selection of a player of the game. And get ready for game 2. As Smith can't get that one to drop. It was a hot start on both sides of the floor, but it was too much of the Amigos. Amigos 86, Americans 58. Dane, your selection of a player of the game.
Well, he didn't score 40 tonight, but still really strong. I'm going to go with Ace Reiser. I thought he was fantastic from the get-go. Really continued the offensive scoring throughout. Move the basketball. I'll go with Ace Reiser.
Ace Reiser. Nice selection. And again, our final score, the Amigos 86, the Americans 58. And game 1 of 3 here tonight on the Utah Top 50 for Austin Bigelow, Kimball Bigelow, Dane Stewart. I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and watching KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of the Utah Top 50.